and we are equipping school teams and families with tools to close the achievement gap for the 1 in 5 students who learn differently. So this is Haroon. I met him a few years ago. He has autism, and he's age 6, but he's learning at about a 1-year-old's level. He's one of 7.5 million students with a wide variety of learning disabilities, and the majority of them actually have average or above average IQ, yet every year they score well below national math and reading proficiency levels. It's not because they're less intelligent, it's rather that their educators lack quality tools to address their unique needs. And as a result, schools spend a little over $5 billion a year on special education legal disputes that are raised by parents, rightfully so. It's why we created LiftEd. We are making it easy for teachers, specialists, therapists, and families to confidently address the needs of students with learning disabilities. They save time individualizing instruction, it fosters collaboration across the school team, and it actually improves instruction and supports using data that LiftEd produces. So when COVID-19 caused school closures in March, it exacerbated vulnerabilities for students with moderate to severe learning disabilities. They can't just sit in front of a Zoom session and receive instruction independently. So parents who now have to become pseudo instructors have and continue to struggle to support these learners who can't receive this independent online instruction or e-therapy. For us, LiftEd became a tailwind, increasing our usage 3x. The move to distance learning also increased demand for LiftEd for our demo request a little over 500%. And school directors like Jared have praised our ability to support them and their staff in these uncharted waters. We responded pretty quickly, and we developed a new module within our platform called LiftEd for Families to reach and engage parents using two-way secure SMS-based communication. It allows the educators to send, first of all, messages to keep in contact with parents. They can share instructional support materials like PDF files, video recordings in order to prepare for instruction. It's HIPAA and FERPA compliant, produces real-time language translation, so we get around barriers like for families where English is a second language, and it does things like health and wellness surveys. It also allowed us to introduce a new B to E to B model, which is us selling to educators who then advocate up and help us sell to the school district. To date, we've used a prepaid annual sales SaaS model. It's B2B, selling directly to school districts. We have software, a few different tiers that starts at $449 per user and allows up to 20 students, all the way up to a little over 1,000 per user. We also provide professional services. In special education, you can't just sell pure services or pure software. You need to bundle on services that we can offer virtually, and those range from $1,500 to over $5K. And our district sales, on average, our contract values are about $21K, but today we have them ranging from as little as $5 all the way up to a little over $100,000. Educators truly love LiftEd. A couple of use cases I'll highlight. The Arizona School for the Blind, they are a national thought leader in the space. They went from a 5K pilot to 120K contract in 3 months. They scaled up from 40 students to 450, from one site to over 35 school districts, 86 schools, and a little over 100 homes. And they're now leveraging LiftEd to spread the message across all schools and districts in the country that support blind and visually impaired learners. The Parsippany Troy Hills School District out in New Jersey, one of our pioneering customers, a similar land and expand strategy, contract value is about $60K. They scaled up from 15 to 200 staff, from 20 to 250 students over the course of about 2 years. So once we get in and secure territory, it becomes a lock-in effect that users rarely churn. We've also shown through a pilot study with WestEd, one of the leading research education advocacy firms in the country, that we can save up to 9 hours a week per special education teacher. 100% of paraprofessionals reported a higher perception of their teaching efficacy. A paraprofessional is a teaching aid, so they feel like they can actually deliver better instruction with LiftEd. And 85% of users feel like they can better align students' individualized learning plans with what they're doing on a daily basis in the classroom. We are absolutely poised to scale up. We did about $300,000 in annual revenue this past school year, and we have a path to $1 million despite school closures and COVID. We did it from 14 contracts, which spanned over 130 schools in 4 states. And our path to $1 million in ARR works through our referral network, this B to E to B conversion that I mentioned, and then selling directly to school districts as well as at the county level. A little bit about our market. It is a $8.3 billion ed tech K-12 market, and we drill down and focus on special education solutions. we're at nearly 600 million, and we're supporting today the 7.5 million kiddos that have a diagnosed learning disability. I'm going into the future tomorrow. We expand into international markets. We're currently in Denmark already. We're absolutely the team to do it. My co-founder, Joanne, has her doctorate in special education and behavior analysis. I'm a past user experience designer and technology consultant, also a Forbes 30 under 30 in education. Brian has led technology teams for 22 years, and Heather handles all of our post-sales implementations. Got a path to 50 million in revenue, and because of time, I'll end here. We're raising 1.3 million, and we are nearly at 700K committed. Love to tell you about it afterwards if you're interested. Thank you.
Great job, Andrew. Go ahead, Buki.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and open it up to all the investors. Feel free to jump in with your questions.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. First thing, what schools are you targeting? Just curious how it relates to affordability, budgeting limits, and then also can you speak to the outcomes for the student in terms of the kind of impact that you're seeing on test results or other key metrics?
Yeah, absolutely. So we sell primarily to public school districts, but also to charter schools and what we call non-public schools, which are alternative institutions when a student can't be served in a public setting because of the amount of services or support that they need, then they will go to an alternative school that the public district pays for. So that's the target market, and we are split 50-50 right now, 50% public districts, 50% alternative. In terms of price points, we are, what you saw on the screen, the $449, works out to be around $30 to $40 per student per year. And our funding comes from a federal source, the Individuals with Disabilities Act, IDEA. So to date, we haven't had any concerns around our price points. Actually, spending in special education is 2 to 3x that of general ed. So we're within the realm of EdTech products, but we are introducing a new equity access model. It's actually an article that's going on in EdSurge this week where we're offering a new, even lower price point for Title I lower income schools.